My mistake that I just said that I owned up to it is invalid because I didn't mean anything because I didn't learn from it. You're not going to have what you have right now in 50 years. Hi guys, it's Alex, and this is going to be my thoughts on Tana's latest response to her video. If you didn't know, she uploaded a video kind of explaining Tanacon about 2 or 3 days ago, I still don't remember. And it was just a mess, okay? I have no sympathy for Tana. To me, she should have went into this. Yeah, it was her first time. I'm going to give her that. Yeah, it was her first time. But if it was planned accordingly and planned well, like months and months in advance, like 2 or 3 months ago, this probably wouldn't have ever happened, right? Right. Like, realistically, it probably wouldn't have ever happened. She knows she's relevant. She knows people are going to show up for her, whether she wants to admit or not. She knows it. She knows it. Okay, right? So my thing is, right, my opinions basically is I have no sympathy for her whatsoever. I have no sympathy for Shane. I have no sympathy for any of them because I felt like it was set up to fail. Okay. To me, like I said in my first video, I said this literally in my first Tanacon video. Like, why are you gonna get a venue with 1,000 with under the? I think it is less. Yeah. I just don't get why they were selling 1,000 tickets and they got a smaller venue than for 1,000 people. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But, whatever. Like, I've seen different numbers from different people, so I honestly don't know which one the actual number is. I honestly have no idea. The internet lies, so if you call them, they might lie to you. So there's really no way to find out unless you actually go there in person. But I've seen different numbers. I've seen different things, and I've heard and seen different things and numbers. So I don't know what to believe at this point. Tana said something. Shane said something. I don't know who to believe. But anyway, so there comes to a certain point in your life where you have been forgiven for too many mistakes. And Tana is there, right? Tana is there. She's made too many mistakes. People have catered up to her. They've kissed her ass because they like and support her. And that needs to stop, okay? She's a grown adult. She's 20 years old. Grow up, okay, first of all. Be on top of things, first of all. Why are you having people kiss your ass and everything like Shane does? I honestly don't know. I don't know why, and I never will. Okay, it's one thing to own up to your mistakes, and it's another thing to put effort into owning up to your mistakes. Yeah, I can say, hey, I did this, I did that when I was 10 years old. But if I don't change it, those words mean nothing. Right? Right? So the fact that she keeps making mistakes and screwing up and people are still giving her chances, and it needs to stop, right? It doesn't need to be, because she's never going to learn. If you can call her out, but in the end, she's the one that needs to learn her mistake. You can call her out all day and night, but like I said, at the end of the day, she's the one that needs to know that she was wrong. She needs to show action to prove that she was wrong too. Like, you know who didn't give back the refunds? Tana didn't do it, Michael didn't do it, Shay didn't do it. It was all this Veeps company. So, and I think legally, I genuinely think allegedly legally, that Tana and Michael are responsible for it. And the fact that they're not doing, I would sue them. Like, I would sue proudly. I would be proudly to sue them. I'd sue Tana, I'd sue Michael, I'd sue everybody on her team. Genuinely would, because you didn't get what you were guaranteed, right? Right. There's nothing else to it. It's screwed up. You didn't get what you were promised, right? So, you probably win that case like that, right? Right. In conclusion, Tana needs to own up to her mistakes, show effort that she's owning up to her mistakes, because like I said before, it's one thing to own up to them, but it's another thing to show effort to prove that you were wrong, because like I said, she keeps screwing up. Therefore, yeah, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, but your words don't mean anything if you don't show it, Like, I'm still young too, like, I get it, but like, I don't know why, I mean, I can't really do much, but but like, she needs to own up to her mistakes and prove otherwise. Prove everybody, whether it's refunding them, whether it's giving them this, giving them that. You need to own up your mistakes. You need to mean that. But here's what Tana is basically doing. She's getting all the attention, all the publicity. And any publicity is good publicity, I'm sure, of her. Right? Right. Which is disgusting. But you gotta make money somehow, right? And I feel like this was planned on purpose. They knew going into it that it would screw up. Tana's going to give her sob story. Shane's going to give his sob story. Like I said in the first video, they're both gonna cry and play the victim and blah 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 blah, when in reality it was all their faults, it was all the creators' faults. They knew how many people were supposed to come up, and if they did, that's kind of poor planning on Tana's part, again. And it screwed up. I mean, that's no secret. It's screwed up, right? So here's the thing. Going forward, I think Tana should own up to her mistakes. I think she should refund everybody. And I think, because if you give action, that shows that you're improving. That shows that you're growing. If you keep saying, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, that means nothing, right? Because like I said, when I was 10 years old, I could say I did this wrong, I could say I did that wrong, but it doesn't mean anything. She just needs to learn and grow up. There's nothing else to it. Like, and the young and dumb excuse just doesn't work for her anymore. She's a grown adult. She's literally 20 years old. Like, there's nothing else to it. Like, most of us can't afford half the stuff you have, because we actually have to go to work 9 to 5 jobs. You know, I don't know. I have no sympathy for her whatsoever, because I feel like I said, going into this, she knew it would screw up. So what does she do? Get all the publicity, get everyone kissing her ass to make her feel better, which doesn't have her moving on. That doesn't help her. Like, you need to call her out until she calls herself out and means it, genuinely means it. Because like I said, it's kind of like her word against all of your words, right? Like, that's pretty much what it is. And the fact that she's not learning, and the fact that she keeps making mistakes, she's made too many mistakes to be forgiven, in my opinion. You know, all of her scandals she's had, you know, even Tanacon that she recently, about a month ago or so, whatever it was. It's uncalled for, and it's too far gone. It's literally too far gone. She screwed up. She needs to own up to her mistakes. She needs to mean it. Because like I said, I can say when I was 10 years old, I did this, I did that, I crossed the street when I wasn't supposed to. Okay, great. But if I didn't learn anything from it, my mistake that I just said that I owned up to it is invalid, because I didn't mean anything, because I didn't learn from it. I didn't do anything to change that, you know? That's kind of like what it is. And like I said, she keeps making mistakes. She keeps doing this, she keeps doing that, keeps screwing up. One of these days, Tana, YouTube is probably not going to last forever. You have a pretty much younger audience. And that's not really good in the grand scheme of things. People are going to start growing up, you know, moving past you. I grew out of you. People are going to start getting jobs, going to college, going to school, etc. You're not going to have what you have right now in 50 years, you know? So enjoy it while you can. Do everything right while you can. And then when it's time to wind down, then make mistakes when the spotlight isn't on you. Then it's okay to make mistakes. But you're in the public eye. Granted, you're not as relevant as like Taylor, Ariana, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, so don't flatter yourself that much. But like, you are relevant in the grand scheme of things, right? And I said you weren't relevant in my last video. Hypocrite, I know. But like, she's a YouTuber. Let me like say like the relevant whole and irrelevant thing. How can someone be relevant or irrelevant when it's all relative? Unless you're like one of the most followed people on that platform. Therefore, like whenever you say someone's relevant or irrelevant, it's kind of invalid unless they're like the top like 5 or 10 people followed on there. Like, so like I never really got why people say that, but even though I say it, and I'm sure everybody else watching this says it too, but I don't know, it was a screw up. Tana needs to own up to her mistakes. She needs to refund everybody and learn from her mistakes. It's like a process. You own up to it, then you learn about it, and then you do whatever it is to change it. It's like a 3-step process. Boom, boom, boom. You know, it's not, oh, I just did this wrong. Great. Like, and it's okay to have regrets in life too. I myself personally have tons of regrets, you know, but I can't do anything. And I get it. Okay. I get sometimes you cannot change your mistakes though. Like if you let someone go, a friend or someone, and they don't want you back. I get it. You can't always change mistakes. I get it. But this one, however, she can change. She is in control of. She does have power over. And the fact that her management team isn't really said much, at least I don't follow them, so I just don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if they never said much, Tana's also not learning. If her management team is kissing her ass, that's not helping her either. You need to learn from your mistakes, learn from them, and then change your mistakes, right? You just can't make over 3 mistakes in the past year and expect everybody to kiss your ass, because I, on the other hand, used to be a big fan of Tana. I loved her. You know, I don't like her anymore. This is why. This is one of the many reasons why I don't like her, because she never learns her lesson. You know, she can say I did this wrong, I did that wrong, numerous times. But what has changed? You know, not all of us can lie on the internet for and have 2 million subscribers from it. We can't. We have to work 9 to 5 day jobs. But here's the thing. I'm so honest on my channel. I don't think I'd lie, and if I did, it was like a white lie to protect someone's name or something like that. You know, the fact that like I'm not getting and she is getting successful. What's wrong with that picture? Take a moment. I'm gonna end this here. Take a moment to think about that and everything else I said. But that's pretty much about it, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. And I will see you guys in the next video.